Now for Keller at Large, he has Congressman Lynch in studio.
And they're discussing the Parkland shooting and if real change can actually be made in Washington.
Well, good morning. Thanks very much for joining us. It's been a fun vacation week, I hope, for most of you. And while the schools are on vacation, so is Congress. And that gives us an opportunity to chat with the congressman from the 8th Congressional District here in Massachusetts, Lynch. Congressman, welcome.
Good morning, John. Good to be with you.
Good to have you as always. Appreciate it. So, true or false? Once the spotlight fades from the outrage and activism sparked by the Valentine's Day massacre down there in Florida, the politicians will move on to other things, reform legislation, will get bogged down in Congress, and in the end, little or nothing will happen.
I'm not sure yet. Hopefully not. There is a new energy. I think the involvement of a lot of the young people is a different element. It may, in fact, hold the Republicans accountable. However, the NRA has a tremendous amount of influence on the Republican side of the aisle. And right now, the Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the White House. So we need to break through in order to get a bill to the floor that would actually address some of those issues. I don't think there'll be any 100% solution. There may be 10% solutions. I know that Senator Cornyn from Texas is offering some legislation. Senator Rubio as well. So coming from the Republican leadership side of the aisle, there may be some chances of getting a bill to the floor where we could actually debate this and then in the amendment process see what we can add to that bill.
We've seen this before.
Right.
Once the heat dies down, so does the momentum.
Yeah, you know, that's been the pattern here. You know, I've co-sponsored 6 different iterations of gun reform, and we have yet to be able to get any of those bills to the floor. Even the most modest, even just preventing people on the no-fly list from purchasing weapons. We can't get that bill to the floor.
I think our viewers would be interested to know exactly how this works. We hear all the time about the NRA's clout, and it's mostly discussed in terms of campaign contributions. But when a bill is moving through Congress, whether it's from your own experience or just from observing that of your Republican colleagues, what happens? What does the NRA do during the process that's so consistently effective for them?
Well, I think in the past, any Republican who has supported meaningful gun control, they've run candidates against that individual. They make an example out of any Republican legislator who actually bucks them. So that's the threat out there. They don't have to exercise it in every single case, but I think there's a lot of influence in those states. Remember, these Midwestern states, southern states, much different attitudes towards guns than in Massachusetts. In West Virginia, they closed the schools down for a week during hunting season so the kids can go out and shoot with Dad and you know,
right.
Hunt. So, you know, it's a much different cultural norm in those states than it is in Massachusetts.
We have to break, and I want to move on to other topics, but one last quick one on this. In 2002, you had a 38% voting record from the NRA. Yeah. Most recently, the rating was 7%. What changed for you in the intervening years?
The 38% was arming pilots. In 2002, after the attacks on September 11th, right. There was a measure there to allow pilots on aircraft because we hadn't hardened the cabins at that point. So the Air Pilots Association asked us to support the ability of pilots to have weapons in the cabin to protect the aircraft, and I voted for that. That's about it. But I get an F rating each and every year from the NRA. I have a cousin who was gunned down, shot 9 times right. At a very young age, left a young daughter. So my family has been very, very much affected by gun violence.
All right, we'll take that break and we'll continue our conversation with 8th District Congressman Lynch in just a moment, so please stay with us.